We are back for another 4 days of racing action, and my good friend Lisa Blow is alongside yours truly, Jeff Bratz, as we bring you coverage of a 7-race program. We're trying to bounce back from a weekend that was terrific. 5 stake races on the Saturday program, 2 on the Sunday card. And then I was looking at the racing schedule. I'm like, oh man, we still have the Breeders, in the Arctic, International,
and
it's
still
just like
lots left.
boom, boom, boom. And it just seems like ever since plate got moved to later in the season, you used to have the plate and then there was that lull.
Yes.
And then you got kind of hit. But now it's just one after another after another. So for racing fans, it's great.
That, and I'm looking forward to talking with some of the trainers that, maybe went down to Kentucky, and I mean, that sale's still on the go. But I mean, might have went down, bought some interesting horses that we'll be looking to watch for next year. It's always exciting to kind of reload your stock and come back with some strong 2-year-olds for next season.
Well, and the market is absolutely insane right now in the States because the government has allowed some tax breaks now. I'd love to see, obviously, the Canadian government do the same for locals here as well, because you can write off some stuff now, which is
helps
pretty
out
significant.
Big time.
Yeah, it does.
Especially if I think about my own family, it helps out big time. 4 mares, you get 4 stud fees, you get a chance to write those off. I mean, that's all good things, and they get to reinvest back into the industry. The other thing that's happening today that's, I think, a real fun day for harness folks is Little Brown Jug is all beginning. So they'll have their limbs. We have Canadians that'll always be there representing. Yesterday I saw that Trevor Henry was down in the winner's circle at Delaware. It's really a fun a few days of harness racing action, and it's like going back in time.
Well, it is because they have heats, right?
And
they never have 3 heats anymore, but they sometimes did in the past. Now the most they'll have is 2. But could you imagine like a thoroughbred racing twice in one day?
Well, it might have happened back in the day.
I'm sure it's happened like at some bush track or something like that.
I'm sure it did. I can remember too, even being a kid, like and taking horses to the fairs and racing in heats.
The Markham Fair.
Well, some fair somewhere. I remember going a couple of times.
Some fair somewhere. I like that. Okay, so let's get you caught up. Unfortunately, on Sunday, I was by myself, but we're going to recap at least on what she missed.
Yeah,
and we're going to start off with the Victorian Queen Stakes. All you need to know is horses that ran on Canadian Sales Day did very well.
I saw that.
One of them was Super Diva, who repeated, as a matter of fact. It's turned out to be a real nice speedster, and Jose Campos wrote this one. Looked like the horse on the outside, one of the bag horses, was going to go right on by, but Super Diva dug in deep here.
I like this combo, right? Chirkop and Campos. They do very, very well together, and I like Campos too. One thing I like about him, and I've pointed it out a couple of times, is he'll save that left-hand stick until he needs it right at the end. Look at the extra, effort he's able to get out of Super Diva. They got to be really pleased with her.
Yeah, it's more than paid for herself too. And Sipping History tried; she just couldn't get by. So nice to see Super Diva repeat, whereas Silver is Best came out of a bit of a disappointing run on Yearling Sales Stakes Day, but was able to capitalize on a perfect trip here. Davey Moran engineered this victory. Now tips towards the outside and ran by a very nice first-time starter from the Julia Carey barn that was second best.
Right. So, I think this is one of the horses that Bill had run on Yearling Sales Day that he was disappointed in. Because I can remember him winning the race, but with a long shot, and him saying, I was really kind of expecting others to show up, and they didn't. And today, or Sunday, Silver is Best showed up with a nice win. That's got to be, is that a Mike Call horse as well?
It is.
Good for him. Good for him. Great guy.
No, he's got a lot of nice cheer-olds in his barn too. So Willie's, listen, he's done very, very well with his young runners. And I was talking with Willie after the race. This one's a signature red. I don't know how far the horse will go, but listen, you're more than paid for yourself now with what the horse done to this point of the season. The girls did go a little bit faster than the boys did, if memory serves me correct. So the Victorian Queen to Super Diva, and Silver is Best wins the Bull Page Stakes. And there's a look at the Happy Connections of Mike Cole right there with the nice shirt on beside the groom. So
he's a great guy.
Congratulations goes out to everybody. In terms of recaps, favorites did okay. Hernandez won 3, Ford won 2, Devin Gittins won a couple on the program as well.
That's good for Ford because we haven't really seen much from him lately, I don't think. So to come back and have 2 on the program, that's good. And we've already pointed out the success that Devin Gittins has had as well.
Now, one quick point that I should pass along before we get to tomorrow's races is some of our local riders are riding down at Erie, Pennsylvania. So there's not going to be any Pietro, no Raffi tomorrow, no Patrick tomorrow. I don't know if I'm missing anybody else, but they have their big program, their Masters program.
Right, yeah. So they'll be down there. But I mean, that's a quick drive, really. It's about, from here, it's about a 3-hour drive or so, but it's not so bad.
No, it's very, very
they'll go down
easy.
there and go for the big U.S. dollars.
So let's talk about potentially a pick 5 single coming up in one of our races here today. It goes as race number 2 on the card. Satori's very, very quick. Now, she actually lost last time out, but I actually kind of moved her up in my rankings because of how well she ran on that day for 40,000. Because remember when she dropped in for 15, we thought that's the perfect spot. You know, for 15, she kind of had to work a little bit for it, but she got the win. Then last time for 40, she loves this course and going 5/8.
Do you know, I wonder, well, obviously he stole a race and it worked, right? Because he dropped from 40 in for 15, scared everybody away, wins for fun, and comes back for 40 again to just miss to Kevin Attard horse in Party On. She's definitely the speedball in this race as well. With the inside draw, she'll get the fastest way around the track as well. Daisuke Fukumoto back aboard. I can't knock her in this spot. My only concern would be that maybe something doesn't go right, like we were talking about off camera. Maybe stumble at the start or something like that kind of sets her back. But on paper, it looks like it's her race to win. The concern would probably be steal in time. We've all used steal in time in for either the second spot or the third spot.
You and I picked her last time. She ran okay.
She ran okay.
Now, she does get into an easier spot here. She does have that tightener now under her belt as well. But do they come back enough for her to reel them in? I
just don't know. You know, like I would say that as far as claims have gone, for a small outfit, this has been a nice little money maker for them. They, took her for $25,000. They've been able to win quite a few races with her and pick up some other checks. If they win here today, like she's out of conditions if they win here today as well. So, but she's been a really nice little check getter for them. 5/8
will travel on the inside course. We're in lane 3, by the way. The lanes were moving all over the place last week. I just want to let everybody know we're in lane 3 for tonight's program of racing. We can only go out one further lane, and that's lane 4, so it's out pretty far. Let's talk about a combo in here coming up in race number 3. I'm a big combo guy. When I go to like Mickey D's or Timmy's. Would you like the combo? Absolutely, I would.
Would you like fries with that? Yes,
Would you like to supersize that? Absolutely, I would. There's no question about that. So 6.5, we're going to go here for maiden 15,000 claimers. Are we on the same page in this race? I don't know if we are. Oh no, I'm price shopping in this race. I remember that. So you tell me who you like.
Well, I went to the Hot Barn, right? The Gittins Barn with the 9 Springer, because we're dropping in for $15,000. This is a claim that essentially has not worked out. They took the horse for 40 and now they're here for 15. But we know that Devin has had such a good campaign. I think it's worth taking a peek at on the drop for 15. But I was actually kind of impressed by the effort from the 1, and that's who you use. There you go. So I went 9-1, but I really liked what happened with switching to Glide when they put the blinkers on and took the drop last start out. I think those blinkers really made a big difference.
Me too, and I kind of like the fact now we've got a couple of works under our belt since that last race as well. I like the fact that Juan's back aboard, lost Admiral Nelson, so maybe we don't get that number. I think the horse was 12 to 1 on the line.
Well, possibly, but you know what the other thing is too? I saw that Ron had put this 2-horse up on top. Anytime I see the Void claim, it scares me away.
Me too.
But I mean, this race hasn't come up that hard. So, Professor Reload could be a player to help you out for the exotics.
That was actually an amazing recovery too. This horse lost the irons, the rider did, coming out of the gates. And days when that happens, you're thinking, just survive. The horse finishes third.
And I think, the Kerry Brooks horse might have been a horse that people would have played in here too, but that one's a Stewart Scratch.
I like that one. It's re-entered tomorrow or Saturday, I think. I can't remember.
Maybe.
Race number 4 on the program is going to start off the pick 4, but topic number 4 for us is going to feature a duel that we see that might materialize in race number 5. And because of that, you are going to go towards a horse that probably isn't going to come from off the place, and this is Verdejo. Now, the one thing that you and I find somewhat interesting with Donnie McRae is he kind of loves to claim back.
A lot.
And he claimed this horse back, and it's, what's that saying? It's better the devil you know than the devil you don't know.
Maybe,
something like
something
that.
along that lines.
Now, the problem with Verdejo is more often not is a deep closer, and that's exactly what we have here with this replay.
Well, I wanted to show you this to refresh your memory, because we haven't seen this horse race since July the 19th when competing for Eddie Catrien, and this horse goes back and forth between Catrien and McRae, and I wouldn't be surprised either today if you saw Eddie Catrien sitting there with a claim slip in his hand. But obviously, we get a great closing effort, because the horse is actually going to leave the screen in this replay, and then I promise you she's going to show back back up again because she's only beaten a length and change for the win by Gimme the Boots. And, you know, we like Gimme the Boots. She's that fun horse to watch. It always swishes her tail out there. But yeah, watch the big effort from her. Why has it taken so long to come back to the races? That's my only concern. You know, for an effort like that, I guess something went amiss at some point in time because, you know, she comes back, she starts working for the new outfit early August, and then the works have been very good. I mean, that's typical, I think, of this barn to get these nice quick works, especially the work in 47 on August the 29th. I was saying this, I think, not too long ago, Jeff, that, you know, there are some trainers that when they drop them in, I feel really confident in them. And this is a barn that when they drop them in, I feel really confident.
Yeah, he dropped one. The horse he claimed off of Patty Dixon, he dropped the other day.
And that worked. Amy's Cry.
No, it wasn't Amy's Cry.
Amy something or other.
What the heck was the horse's
Oh, it
name?
was Amy something. That was last Friday.
Thursday or Friday?
No, last Friday for sure. Because I was watching it and thinking,
Poetic Amy.
Poetic Amy.
Yes.
There you go. That's right. Who got claimed out of that race?
Yep.
And, you know, that's the thing. You're dropping them in for less than what they took them for. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if this one gets Eddie excited and he comes over with a halter and a shank. But Ann Cara is the horse that's been working well enough to catch the clocker's eye.
Yep.
So that's an interesting point as well.
And I'm going to take Wicked Mercury. Just simply, it's a demo off the claim. We've seen that 1,000 times this year. But ran okay last time out. Listen, she's pretty much a self-explanatory type of horse. She wins a lot of races, and more often than not, she finds herself in the winner's circle. So let's see if Wicked Mercury can't pull off the victory as we take a look at a couple of wicked individuals. We've got Wicked Mercury, and we've got Roberto Geller there with that one.
I wonder too today, I think because there's not a ton, like you're not looking at this going, oh, here's the speed, right? Like there's not a super amount of speed balls in this race. I think the trick today for Rafi and even for Israel Ford is going to have to be a lot closer than where they normally are.
The problem when they do that with Verdeo, and I would normally agree with you, I find they try to keep her close. Her kick's not as good.
Yeah, but I just mean let's not be 20 lengths behind.
No.
Right?
I agree with you there.
We got a little bit of time. We're going 6.5 furlongs, but still, you know, we got to have some pace. To chase as well.
Topic number 5, Exacta. We're going to play one here coming up in race number 6. You think that one by the name of Big Screen Boss is going to enjoy the old stretcheroo?
You know why? Because if you look up the mare, Executive Affair, you'll find that she throws distance horses.
Yep.
So I think, you know, we're getting a chance to go long for the very first time. I like plain horses going long for the very first time because you can fool them that first start. So I decided to go there. But I mean, Trip Aces is obviously the horse on paper to beat because he's had so many opportunities in those maiden special weights. I mean, he ran second in Special Session. That was a day he thought he was going to win. Then Special Session is another Cassie horse. But also he ran third, albeit beaten 13 lengths, to the eventual Prince of Wales winner, that being Runaway again.
Yeah.
So, you know, but the problem is, though, because we see a rider change. Zero Ford's going to ride today, too, instead of Sahin Savachi has been the regular rider. So many times on Thursdays and Fridays, we see Cassie drop him in. And how often do they actually get there?
Had a rough week last week. Very, very rough week last week. So, yeah, no, that's valid for sure.
Lately, you know.
And you know what's so cool about Big Screen Boss? This is what I love about this game. It's the mare, she was like a sprinter all day long. And she has produced, as you said, 5 route winners. Cooler Mike, Cruden Bay, like really nice horses. I thought of you the other day, you would have loved it. There was a first-time starter, I think it was Krista Cole had, and the mare had 14 foals make it to the races.
Very awesome.
Yeah, like
I love those mares.
This mare was hard knocking.
Yeah.
And just a wonderful brood mare.
She's easy to spot out in the field too because her belly's on the ground.
Well, I think she's officially retired now. She's like, that's enough.
What I mean, you know? Kind of reminds me of Monty Python and the Meaning of Life. Did you ever see that? Yeah, that opening skit.
Yeah. Race number 6 on the program will be the Exacta, and then we're going to get to the High Five coming up in race number 7. So Elise and I, we've taken a bit of our break in our pick 4s, but we're back together.
We're back, oh boy.
So we were all excited to put together our pick 4 ticket, and you and I, we argued pretty much every race.
We didn't have, aside from race number 6, we had nothing the same.
Yeah, nothing. So that's good for this race. Is the jackpot High Five in jeopardy? I think it might be with this field.
Possibly. And does Norm McKnight win 1,000?
Oh, I'd love to see him get it done,
We both kind of agree that tomorrow, the first race on the card, the first timer, looks very good. I think if it doesn't happen today, that'll be the one that gets him into the winner's circle. But I put Balls in Your Court on top. I mean, he was second last start out behind Kimberlina, and the race set up perfectly because this horse got to the front, kept on, looked like he was going to be home and cooled out, and then it set up perfectly for Kimberlina to come from off of the pace and get the win. So, we're here, we're back for $15,000. We just got to hope that today we don't get caught. So let's save a little bit of gas in the tank for the final furlong.
That's my thing, Elise. I don't like when horses blow 5-length leads at the top of the stretch.
I know, but we've seen a few of them this year that have done that repetitively in maidens, and then all of a sudden they're able to hold on.
Yeah, the John
Come
Ross
on, Big
horse.
Lou is one. Right? And we're going to see him on, I think tomorrow or Saturday's program.
That was the Battle of the Loos.
That was the Battle of the Loos. Come on, Sweet Lou, and Come on, Big Lou, or whatever. Big Lou and Come on, Sweet Lou.
I'm going to go towards Rock Hard Rose with the drop down in class here for Deb Ramos, who had a nice mare the other day with Lois Glenn. So
you know what might be fun in here, just to toss in? This uncharacteristic. This is that Bev Chubb horse that came flying in the first Lifetime start. I know it was on the turf, but then the next start out, same thing, came flying again. I was thinking if we were going 3/4, I'd put this horse up on top. But just watch for that one to close.
Okay, play for playing the 5. That might be one that you want to give some consideration to. By the way, Lou Prince won, I don't know, that was the first limb. So he won, if you're not familiar with Lou Prince, we're speaking of a harness horse, he won the Pepsi North America Cup this year.
He did. That's part of the Burke Brigade, as they call it.
They won the Jugette yesterday, too.
Good for them. Good for them. Yeah, well, there'll be a whole bunch of people in the winner's circle for that, but that's just a limb.
That's just right. That's right. Plays of the day. Both you and I liked Armino.
Yeah, that's
so now we're down to 3 to 4.
Yeah, and I really, I don't have anything else on the card tonight that really stands out to me aside from these 3 horses that remain. So, Satori, we talked about this, nice claim. Verdero, we talked about this one coming back off of a little bit of a layoff after being claimed. The Big Screen Boss on the stretch out, and the mare throws 2-turn horses.
You know what, Verdero, though, is going to be a number. Big Screen Boss is going to be second choice, I think.
Yep.
So I think you're okay there. I'm with you on Satori. My long shot switching to Glide, who you like a little bit. And off the claim for the Adamo Barn. Now, the Adamo Barn brought us a couple horses on Sunday's card that did not run to expectations.
Okay.
But listen, you can only click at 50% for so long.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's just it. These horses, like that happened, I want to say, the last time that I was working where I think Adamo was dropping 2 in. They looked like they were in perfect spots, and both of them were 4th and 5th, and not a great 4th and 5th.
So that is the day. That's the day I'm speaking of. You're right. That was the day you and I worked together. It was Stylish Gent, and it was...
oh, gosh.
The classy older horse.
Yes,
that we
it's
thought
going
was
to
in a
hit me.
perfect
It's
spot.
going to hit me. But anyway, they both disappointed as heavy favorites.
Plays of the day, Stealing Time. That's where Doug's going to go. On Dying Lady, that's going to be the Woodbine TV Prod Beat the Favorite. And Super Sicily, that's where Ron's going to go with his play of the day coming up a little bit later on as well. Clocker reports. And it is the one, the only, Anam Cara that is going to get the drop in for $25,000 here today, Lisa. To me, this is a bit of a wake-up call for this mare.
So what he's mentioning here is that the horse worked August the 23rd in 48 and change. And he's saying that the track was pretty slow that day. So that's actually good to know. So that 48 and 2 could have been a 47. On a faster track. So we'll watch for this one from the Sarah Ritchie Barn at a good price. That one comes up later on in the card.
Master Spy was the other one that ran poorly too. Yeah.
See, the hamsters just got to go around the wheel a little bit more.
Yeah, the old hard drive not as fast as it used to be. So we're looking forward to 7 races coming up. I was thinking ahead to the breeders, so we're probably going to have the runner-up from Plate coming back.
Yep.
We're probably going to have Borealis
Trail.
who looked really good. I don't know what the Stronach runner is going to do. I don't know if
I think it sounded like he was going to go if everything was good.
So you know what? We're going to obviously have a bit of a different run because it's on the inside turf course this year.
Smaller field.
I'd be very surprised if Mancetti goes. I highly doubt he'll go. I think he'll probably wait for the Ontario Derby as well. But
you know what else I want to just point out too for people who aren't in the Toronto area and are playing this racetrack? It's hot today.
It is.
Okay, so it's been warm, but it's been very cool at night, like down to 8-9 degrees, like to temperatures where you're like, I might have to put a light sheet on some of these horses. So here's the thing. You're going to see some horses today that maybe aren't crazy about this heat because they are starting to grow little bits of winter coats. So just keep your eye on that. I heard tomorrow it's going to be hot as well.
It's supposed to cool off on Saturday, I think.
Yeah, I think Saturday we have a cold front coming through, but just keep your eye on that because it is quite warm with the humidity. It's into the 30s.
Usually when people talk about cold fronts, they talk about my picks. When we come back after the commercial break, it's all set for race number 1 of 7 on the program. It is a Thursday, which means we're back.